Most kids liked to play hockey. We considered it was fun, something to do all winter. After we'd won 2 Bantam provincial titles, there was really nothing else in this area to play in that age group, so I just played senior hockey when I was from about 13 years old. There was a fellow in town here that knew somebody in Winnipeg and involved in hockey there, and he was talking to him, and he said he come to see me, and I said maybe I'd be interested in going in and they had a spring training camp, I remember. It wasn't too long before I was home, and I had about 3 other scouts on my doorstep from different teams. And when I went in, it was St. Boniface Canadians that I went to, and so I stayed with them the first year. The next year they formed the Braves, and I went there, and we had a pretty good team. And then, of course, the following year, went right through to the very end and ended up winning the Memorial Cup that year. That was in 1958-59, and of course that's over 50 years ago, and it's the last time it's been in Manitoba. I did play some games for the Winnipeg Warriors, which was the professional club in Winnipeg at that time. I played a few games with them, and I used to go out and practice with them quite a bit. A fellow that coached them by the name of Alf Pike, he also coached New York Rangers and played there, but he used to give me a lot of tips, and you know, and I got to know that it didn't matter who was coming down on me when I was playing defense. I wasn't too worried about them out skating me or getting around. After that, I came back home and played another year senior, and well, there was a couple I was supposed to go to Vancouver, which I didn't, and then I was supposed to go to Detroit, which I didn't, and they kept calling during the year, but I just decided I wasn't going to. I was never a person to take big risks, or I was even on the ice or off the ice. When I played with fellows like Teddy Green was my partner, and Bill Juzda, the Beast, and they were the ones that took the risks, made the big hits, and did a little more rushing. Even after, a long time after, a lot of the fellows that I played with or against often said, well, why didn't you go, you know? You could have made it. But I wasn't so sure.
I want you to meet a talented fellow all the way from southern Manitoba. He's known as the Singing Farmer. Let's welcome him right here. Here comes Stu Blake.
I've been playing guitar and singing and yodeling for 70 years. We had an old battery-operated radio, and I would listen to the yodelers on the radio, and I'd try to copy what they were doing. I've won 12 international yodeling contests over the years.
My all-time favorite was the Canadian boy from down in Nova Scotia, Wilf Carter. So here's a little bit of Wilf's style of yodeling.
In the 70s, I was singing on the radio in Winnipeg at that time. The DJ had connections with a scout down in Wheeling, West Virginia, and they had a big show on every Saturday night down there, much like the Grand Ole Opry. He could get me on the show down there, and I'd have to travel around the country during the week. He said you would have to change your lifestyle completely. You'd have to leave home and be on the road for maybe a month at a time. So I said, no, I don't think I'll do that. I've got a young family at home, and I would sooner be there. The second place, I don't know whether I would have enough talent to make it. I've never regretted it, because an awful lot of musicians that went that way either ended up hooked on drugs or alcohol. I don't know how far I would have got or whether I would have got anywhere, but I elected not to go anyway.